A little girl walks into a barrel filled with honey, connects a breathing tube, and immerses herself inside. They pushes the barrel into a room coated with solid alcohol, removes the breathing tube, strikes a match, and throws it into the room. The room instantly bursts into flames. The girl not only has to hold her breath in the barrel for 15 minutes but also endure the high temperature. This is not a magic performance but a life-saving mission. The little girl's chemotherapy has failed, and she can only live in a sterile protective bubble for the rest of her life. A storm causes the roof of her house to collapse, and a high IQ team rushes to rescue her. At this moment, a high-voltage power line suddenly melts due to overload, sending sparks flying. If the power is cut off, the protective bubble will lack oxygen. If not cut off, it may lead to a fire with unimaginable consequences. They are caught in a dilemma. Teammates ask them to quickly take photos and send them back to the base, while they use precise 3D modeling to suspend the entire space. Then, they instruct everyone to remove debris while cutting wood and wires. Suddenly, a piece of wood slips, but a teammate immediately catches it. Then, another piece of wood hits the protective bubble, too far to reach. The protective bubble is on the verge of rupturing under the pressure of the wood. A teammate quickly takes out their inflatable bed to support the wood, trying to buy time for everyone. One problem follows another. A wire suddenly slips, and a few sparks on the plastic film, quickly burning through it. The girl's life is in imminent danger. Teammates tell the girl to leave the protective bubble, as there is no better way. Once she leaves the bubble, the girl will be infected with bacteria, which may have more serious consequences. A teammate calls to have a hazmat suit brought from the vehicle, sterilized with ethylene oxide, and put on the girl. As soon as the girl puts on the hazmat suit, smoke appears above, and the protective bubble is burned through. At this time, a high-voltage power line blocks the way. A teammate decisively cuts through the protective bubble and rescues the girl. As soon as she comes out, the protective bubble is destroyed. Teammates take the girl to the car, realizing that the hazmat suit is not a long-term solution. They must make a new sterile room for the girl. A teammate thinks of using honey to isolate bacteria and plans to immerse the girl in a barrel of honey, seal it, and then take her away. However, another problem arises. Once the hazmat suit is removed, contact with the air will still cause infection. A teammate suddenly thinks of using a static magnetic field to create an ionosphere, temporarily isolating bacteria and buying time for the girl to enter the barrel. The girl takes a deep breath from an oxygen tank and sinks into the honey barrel. Everyone dares not delay and drives at full speed to the sterile room. A teammate tells them that the environment of the sterile room is the same as the material of the hazmat suit. If the girl is allergic to the hazmat suit, then she will not be able to stay in the new sterile room either. The best way is to sterilize with high temperature. Teammates coat the entire room with solid alcohol and then close the door. This means that the girl needs to persist in an oxygen-free environment until the flames are completely extinguished. The girl's life and death depend entirely on her luck. When the time comes, the girl's father dares not delay and immediately extracts the hot air from the sterile room and replaces it with oxygen. Everyone waits anxiously, and no one dares to go in. They can only wait for the girl to come out by herself. As a small head emerges, the girl is finally safe.